What's going on, you guys?
Hey y'all,
It's Kui.
it's Kui, and this is
And
The Raw. What's up? You already know what it was when it's synced up every time we.
Are you in the streets? Are you in a gang?
Whoa, this is not something that I'm.
No, because
talk
you
about.
put up the gun sign and it was a little bit uncomfortable.
This is not the space for that kind of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should all just be like aware of like our surroundings and like where we are and the type of information that we're contributing to the space based on the geography. Therefore,
You're the one who put up the gun.
Therefore, I'm concluding that this isn't the space, nor is it the time for us to talk about that.
She gets spicy sometimes.
You know how I guess, man. It's
You know
London,
I
babes. They do a little crazy tin, y'all.
You know I guess.
But today is New Year's Eve.
Woo!
Actually, today is Christmas Eve.
Oh, it is Christmas Eve.
But the video is dropping on New Year's Eve.
Oh, is that what it was? It's gonna be New Year's Eve?
Thursday.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. And so this year,
we're gonna be doing a wrap up of the year of sorts.
yeah, because 2020 has been a year.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we wanted to just come and conclude with talking about lessons and blessings of 2020. But before we get into that, as most of y'all know, we started our YouTube in February. This year is when we chose to go and walk out on faith, and y'all really been watching us.
And we love y'all for that, honestly.
We really appreciate y'all. Like, if you watch a video, share the video, subscribe,
comment,
told us we're funny. Like, we love when y'all tell us we're funny.
Do y'all mean it?
Do y'all promise?
Like, do you guys think that
are
we're
y'all
funny?
are for lifers?
You guys think we're funny?
No, if you think we're funny, like, literally comment, let us know you think we're funny.
No, comment the laughing emoji and let us know that we're funny.
But no, seriously, like, any type of support that you've shown, and we really, really appreciate it, because 80% of the time we're texting each other about how we're gonna quit.
No, literally, we'll show you the thread. Like, every day we're gonna quit.
We always want to quit, but you guys keep us going, and y'all
Every
keep
day.
watching, keep sharing, and we really appreciate it. The Raw would not be what it was without y'all watching and supporting us.
So thank you so very much.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. So, to get into lessons and blessings of 2020, we don't want it to be too heavy, like.
I love the lessons and blessings. No, it's gonna be light, but it's gonna be real, because honestly, 2020 rocked our world in some ways.
Oh my gosh, I want to go first with the first lesson. Okay, so this first lesson, I'm gonna call it, though it may storm through the night, the sun comes up in the morning. Okay?
Preach, sister.
And I say that to say that this year felt like a 365-day storm, but every storm produces harvest. And there's always going to be sun that comes up after the storm. And this year, in so many different ways, has like shown me that, like, battles and storms and defeat are a natural response to the way life works, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love that. That was a lesson or a blessing? A bit of both, yeah.
A blessed lesson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pastor Micheline.
You know me, minister.
When I get to the pulpit,
chancellor.
When I
Micheline.
get
to the pulpit.
Hey, prophet. Micheline.
Prophetic.
Wow.
It is me.
No, I love that. No, honestly.
Thank you.
And in that same scheme, one my biggest lessons of this year has got to be that we make our own plans, but God is making other plans.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And His plans are always bigger, greater, larger, and more than we can imagine.
Wow, bigger, larger. You are encyclopedia.
Do you understand?
Oh my gosh, you are a thesaurus.
Thesaurus. That's what it is. That was what you're looking for. No, but seriously, man, like, let me tell y'all, like, at the top of 2020, I was training for the 2020 Olympics, okay?
Was there any Olympics? No.
It didn't come on.
Gold medal? None.
It didn't come on. And it was like, wow, what am I going to do? Am I going to spend another year and commit to the Olympics? And it's like one of those things, right, where you have to start deciding that you're going to give it up to God. Like, you can't be making these plans thinking, okay, He's going to put His yes after I've made these plans. You have to commit to it before. And I know there's a lot of people, this isn't just my lesson, my story. There are a lot of people who said, this year I'm manifesting this year I'm speaking this into life, this year I'm gonna save this much amount of money. And then it was like, pandemic, unemployment, police brutality, literally just boom, boom, boom.
1,200, then only 600.
It's like, what? 1,200 and only 600? And is He even going to like delete the student loan debt? Like, we did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
You did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if that was a lesson or a blessing, man. But yeah, that was what a lesson.
I like that one a lot. For my next one, this one was actually a lesson. My lesson was that even good things can end and it could still have been a good thing. I think sometimes in life we think when things end that there was a problem. Things being complete in their season does not indicate a fault on your own end or a fault on the other end. Sometimes things just pass through their season and that's it. We have to stop attaching seasons to expectations. Because when you attach a season to an expectation, if you fall short of that timeline, you lose the lesson. But if you take everything for what it actually is, then you will look past your expectation and you will see only the reality. And the reality is that things are meant to last only as long as they're meant to last. And if they end before you expected it or longer than you expected it, they still are what they were meant to be.
I like that. That applies to every aspect of life. Literally every aspect.
Yeah. So if that job ends sooner before you're a VP, if that relationships ends before a ring, if that friend leaves before forever, they could still have been a good thing.
Wow. It's a bit sad still. It's a bit sad to hear of the end, but you know, that's a good way of, that's perspective. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna say a blessing of this year was the forced slowdown of time. I think that has been the biggest blessing for a lot of us, and just like being able to return back to self and center and being able to identify the things that you actually want to do versus just being on autopilot. Like, you have to do this, you're on go, you wake up, go to the gym, you go to work, you come home. All of the fast paces of life really cause you to like lose sight of what it is that you're really like going for, what your purpose is. And sometimes it like alters your path, right? Because like you're just so focused on what life's thrown at you, and so you're just existing, you're not necessarily living. But like when everything stopped and slowed down, you couldn't, it was by force. Like you couldn't go to work, like you couldn't, like everything slowed down, and it gave us all the opportunity, like especially myself, to really like reflect on what it is that I wanted to do, what I wanted for myself and for my family and the people around me, and really just like plan how I could get there, right? And so I think it was the fresh breath that I needed to be able to kind of reset, because I know that 2021 is coming, and a lot of people are like, okay, just because we step into 2021 doesn't mean COVID's gone. But I think that it's the necessary mental refresh, right? Like you think at the top of New Year, wow, new year, new me, resolutions, whatever, and it's like it sets that tone of being able to refresh, and sometimes we need that. And so I don't know about Mercury retrograde and all that stuff, but I do know that a top of New Year is a perfect time for us to refresh.
This speech was even better than I Have a Dream.
Oh, was it better than the
This was
soliloquy
even
that you typed on Instagram?
This one was even better than the address on Gettysburg.
Wow.
This one even
Who gave the address? No, because I would like to thank them for that one address.
Abraham Lincoln.
Is it?
Hey, you know me, I know a little bit of political science. Hey.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I slowed down. For us fast-paced people, it was difficult, but it was necessary. I like that.
I like being busy, but I feel like sometimes like we just like do things without like actually knowing.
Out of habit.
Out of habit. So I think that it was good.
Yeah. I have to agree with that one. My next blessing. You guys already know I was gonna put this one in here somehow, but this year I really learned the impact of laughter.
Oh, she said it in the last 5 videos, so you didn't know that she was gonna say that.
Because for
shame
me,
on you.
I think that laughter is an expression of joy. And sometimes we laugh at pain, sometimes we laugh at jokes, other times we just laugh at life. But that's endorphin release. I have a degree in biology, so now I'm pulling from my biology background. But that release of endorphins, it sends a signal to your brain and alerts the brain to understand what is going on in a situation.
Wow, biology. Wow, chemistry. Okay, physics.
It's a circuit response.
It's a what? No, please. Doctor, it was a what?
It's a circuit response to the effervescence. And it responds and acts as a reaction for the syphilis. If you didn't study biology, everything I said might have went over your head.
She says, okay. You made up words. Some of them sounded a bit okay.
But what I'm trying to get at is that laughter is a medicine, and this year, in the midst of chaoticism.
Why do Africans do that? Why do they think they can add ism at the end of anything and it makes it a word?
This is my blessing. Okay.
Okay.
For you to come interrupt my blessing,
yeah, that's crazy.
It's problematic.
Yeah.
In the midst of chaoticism, I found laughter. And laughter promised me the next morning.
Wow, that's such a full circle moment. Because remember you said through the storm, but in the next morning.
If I'm not Edgar Allan Poe, I don't know who is. I don't know who is.
No, even William Shakespeare cannot make his words the way you do. He cannot form the sentences the way you do.
Come on. You know me, I blush
It's
sometimes.
Proper poetry.
I blush sometimes.
Proper poetry.
Stop it, I blush sometimes.
Oh. Okay. A blessing this year, I think for the
If you don't say me, I'll leave this show. You haven't yet to say that I've been a blessing.
Should I leave or should you leave? No, this is a general blessing for 2020. I think that this year was the biggest year that we've seen like serve as a catalyst for the Black community in terms of like job opportunities, in terms of paying us what we're worth, okay? In terms of being able to have representation and a seat at the table. Like, I think that this year was the forced conversation. Everything came by force, by the way. Don't think that anybody, the people in the corporate was like, oh, we're gonna give these people a seat at the table. Everything, we had to take it, okay? By force, by fire, exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've just been like so proud. Like, I see people on Twitter doing things and I'm cheering for them. I don't even know you, but I'm cheering for you because this was the year that like Black people put their foot down and was like, I'm gonna get paid what I'm worth. I'm gonna get a seat at the table. I'm gonna work the job that I want. I'm gonna work for myself if I want. And like supporting Black businesses and all of that. Like, this was the year that I feel like even amidst all of like the chaos, the chaoticism, right? And even in the, yeah, you said it. I think you even made it up. But even in the midst of all of the negativity, I think that we were able to unify with one another and find strength and build and be able to like demand the things that we want. And that doesn't just end in terms of like the workspace, but like in terms of just like politics, in terms of being able to have laws, in terms of police brutality. Like there were so many Black leaders, Black women leaders on the front lines, and I just think that this year was such a blessing for that opportunity. So you know, I'm rocking with my Black community.
Hello, you know what it is. Yes.
So.
Yes. One love.
One love, one Africa. Africa to the world.
Africa to the world, baby. You already know what it was when we synced up. DRC here 243. All right. I have a lesson. I think it's a lesson. Gosh, this year, you know, for me, I'm very much like, I love like crowds, love people. I consider myself an entertainer. I can't entertain to self. But this year has really taught me about being in alignment with who I am at the core. And that's been the ultimate lesson for me, because it's like, regardless of how fast life is, or if like there is nothing to do on the calendar, each morning that I wake, each morning that I go to sleep, right, I'm going to be interacting, delivering, and living as self, right? And I think sometimes prior to 2020, it's just easy to be, like Akuya said, on autopilot, just going, doing. But when everything shuts down and you literally have nothing but the walls that you're confined within, you have to really face, who is it that I am? What is it that I contribute? And when there is nothing else going on, what is the story that lives within me? And I had to face that this year and really understand like how I can still be the most dynamic person that I am in the midst of no action. And that was the most beautiful lesson, because then it taught me to believe in myself. It taught me to go harder. It taught me to slow down. And it taught me that those two things are not opposites. That I can be going hard and going steady and still be going off all at once.
Wow, that was a caption. Go hard, go steady, go off.
Hello. And those things don't have to contradict. You can be all of that at once. And that was my biggest lesson.
Wow, I love that. Are you gonna end with a blessing as me? You know, always something.
Every time.
Yeah. Both. In the sense that, okay, so I think that one of the things that I have seen as well is like the spirit of rebuild, right? And regrowth. And like it kind of ties back to my first point that I made, that like you make your plans and like sometimes God has other plans for you. But it's like, even when you feel as if like everything has been taken away, even when you feel as if like you're down and out, even if it's as if you've hit rock bottom, like there's still room for you to like rise up and grow from that. And I think that it's like people like don't take chances and don't take risks because they're like they have so much to lose. But in this time, we've seen a lot of people lose things that meant a lot to them, and like they've been able to still find strength and grow from that, right? And still like rebuild, and like because of community and all of that, like your worst is never your worst, right? And I think that a lot of times like we are really like focused and like tunnel vision because we don't see the bigger picture.
Oh gosh, little baby.
Oh my god, come on, little baby.
You don't even play the
Cute
bigger picture right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't see the bigger picture, but ultimately, right, like it's never your end, right? And as long as you're alive, it's never your end. And you have every room and step and space to grow and build from that.
Yeah,
so.
and let's build from that.
And I'll rise up, I'll rise up this day. I'll rise up, I'll rise up, unafraid. I'll rise up. That was so beautiful.
Thank you, real good.
Oh my god, we gonna hit the tour song.
We already know, like,
man,
wait,
what?
Like, they need to count their days. Because we're coming.
I love them, but we're coming.
Serious. Okay. It's my turn. Little baby said it's his turn. All right.
Oh
so
God.
my last one, it walks in tandem with what my good sis just said. Yeah. And my last one right here, yeah, this is
Bit of
this
a
is
sticky one.
sticky one still. It's a bit of a lesson, yeah. It's a bit of a lesson as well, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to try to put it as simply as I can, yeah. 7 times down means nothing to the 8th time that you come up, yeah.
Woo!
So the lesson in that is you never know when that shot is going to be the shot that goes in. But the only thing that you can do, yeah, is keep on shooting, yeah. Had one of my friend, man, she probably applied for 200 jobs, bro. And it wasn't until the 201st job, yeah, and she got that offer, yeah.
Wow,
and things
wow,
will always
wow,
align,
wow,
yeah.
wow,
and it may
wow.
look like you're striving and striving and striving and striving and striving and never hitting the jackpot, yeah. But you can never reach the end if you don't strut. You may fail 7 times, you may fail 8 times, you may fail 9 times, you may fail 10 times. But if you only try the 11th time, if you only try the 11th time, if you get up after the 10th fall and said, I will not be defeated, but instead I will put my feet in and I will continue to walk forward, that 11th time can be the time. You never know when that chance will be the chance that changes your life. The only way you can find out is continue to give it a shot.
Wow.
All shots don't go in, and all shots are not half court. But if you put yourself to the task, one day
Y'all preaching.
you are going.
I mean, y'all preaching. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
You know the African community on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
We go to church
Church.
to bring in the new year.
Yeah.
It's looking a little bit different this year, you get me?
But
But understand, if you're watching this video on New Year's Eve, it's time to celebrate. Yeah. We are entering the new year. Begin to pray. Poof. Why did you push me off like that? Why did you push me? What? Are you thinking of my head? Oh my god. Wow. You are insane. Did you guys see how Man, listen, it is well.
It is well.
Listen, we are so grateful that we're here because we also understand that 2020, a lot of people didn't make it. And like one thing that we're grateful for is that we haven't been sick. Our family hasn't been sick. We've been able to spend time with our family. And we're entering the new year together. So if you're watching this, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And it is well.
It is well. And like we said at the beginning of this, thank you so much for rocking with us. 2021, we're just gonna, what I said, stepping forward.
Why?
Stepping forward, growing together. And if you have your own
only up from
lessons,
here.
literally only up from here. There's no else we can go, yeah? So if you have your own lessons and blessings that you want to share with us, please feel free. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Happy New Year.